So one of the things that's interesting about the Nuxt ecosystem is that you guys have, I'd say, probably the best developer tools around. So for our audience who might not know about them, can you explain what Nuxt dev tools are and like a small subset of the things they can do for you? Because there's a lot of things it can do. It can do.
So Nuxt DevTools are the creation really of Anthony Fu. I mentioned him earlier as a great artist and developer, and he's been active in the Vue ecosystem for a while. He's also on the Nuxt core team, and the Nuxt DevTools are within. It's added by a module. So one more thing that you can do with a module. It's added by a module, and they are it's an iframe. It's sort of injected by an iframe in your code, in your app that you view in the browser. And because it is injected that way, so it's not a sort of browser extension that's sort of inspecting your code. It's actually part of your application. So you can do a lot of amazing things. So for example, you could pick up, there's a button that lets you select any HTML in your page, and it will highlight it. You can click it and it will take you to the line in your IDE in the source file that HTML comes from. That's amazing. If you're working on a project you're not familiar with and you want to change that thing that you see there, it is literally a point and a click, and you're at the file that does that. You can see a sort of interactive map of all the components in your project. You can see which ones are used, which ones aren't used. You can even see a sort of representation of them visually. You can see all your routes in your app, your server APIs. You can actually log all of the events that happen in your Nuxt app, all of your auto-imported utilities. Whenever any one of those is called, you can actually see the timing of it, how long it took to run, like the arguments that were passed to it. Modules and integrations that users add can contribute their own dev tools. So it's all accessible in one place, and you can actually have something that's, so for example, we have a sort of social image, OG image generator. It contributes its own dev tools, so you can play around with your social images and see what they look. So it's basically really extensible, and it's pretty cool to explore. I probably am not doing it justice even. It's a lot of fun. And our sort of core inspiration for that was because we're doing so much for you. So there's a lot of magic in a Nuxt project. We still need to allow people to inspect what is happening. What is the exact magic that's taking place? Okay, there are auto imports, but which ones? Or you're transforming this code, but how are you transforming it? And so Nuxt DevTools basically gives you the ability to pull back the curtain and look to see what's going on under the hood. So you can inspect, for example, all of the code transformations you do step by step throughout your code base. And you can see, what auto-imported components are available and, what their names would be and what module injected them. And you can even click through to the documentation for them. So as much as possible, it's about making stuff visible and also getting rid of the friction. So, if you're actually in your app, clicking on the bit of your app and getting the documentation for it to tell you where that component came from and which module added it and what you need to know about it. So, and then, does a lot more. So the best thing to do is check it out if you're curious. But I think it's been really great. Anthony's done a fantastic, and a lot of contributors, I should say, have done a fantastic job to make it possible.
It's really unique in the fact that you can actually have modules like hook into the dev tools too. So just from the examples on the side, it's just like, yeah, you have Uno CSS or VTest or something that's like integrated into the thing. That's pretty cool. It's huge.
Some of it is just sort of, so you can, as you said, you can run your unit tests in the dev tools in your app, which they are testing, and actually use the app that they are testing to run the tests. So it's actually literally, it is the exact environment that you want to test them in. And you can do that, like there's even an experimental VS Code embed. I don't know if you saw that, but you can actually load VS Code in the DevTools within your app and edit your app, which is hosting the VS Code that you're using to edit it. I mean, this total Inception territory. You know, this should not be possible, but it is. It's pretty.
It's almost like it makes it a video game almost. It's like traditional coding. It's like you don't really know where to look. It's like, oh, Webpack's transforming my code. There's tests in the project. If I'm like a newbie coder, I open up a project, I'm presented with a wall of files and don't know what to do. This kind of just like contextualizes everything and puts it in one tool. And honestly, it's something I've wanted for a while. So it's really cool to see that the Vue and Nuxt ecosystem is actually like taking that and making the dream real, instead of just like, I've seen similar ones for Webpack, but their scope is far, 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 far less.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun. It is fun to code that way, as you say. And I mean, a lot of it we were able to sort of try out. So we, Anthony and a few others, Anthony started a client for Mastodon, and three others of us, so there are four of us on the core team, and a huge community of contributors, over 150, built it. It's a client for Mastodon, and it was which is an alternative social network to Twitter, and we were doing that around about October, November last year, and actually a lot of the work on DevTools was able to be dog fooded with elk, and actually so we were able to try this. So we had contributors coming in, jumping into a Nuxt project that they'd never used Nuxt. Many of them had never used Vue, and so trying to make it accessible, that the sort of the point and click to get to the component they needed to edit. It's very real. Like, these are sort of use cases and problems that we faced when we were doing it, which I think was a really nice way to develop something. Actually, to be facing the same issues. I mean, I think developing a framework, it's easy to get sort of separated somehow, to be a little bit further removed from a user of that framework. And so Elk was a chance not to have that.